Talk. I'm Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Director, I guess, of Iggy Talks. Sammy and Katie are always ever involved, and co-directors, I suppose you could say. We're all co-directors. We have a really special talk for you guys tonight. Bonnie is very cool. She's done work with Tom's Shoes in the past, and she's going to be talking about her trip. This is an RHA-run event. I feel obliged to remind you all about that. So let's just give a warm welcome to Bonnie. Enjoy.
Hello guys, thank you, thanks. And thanks for the invite, by the way, Iggy Talks. This is really awesome, seriously.
You're awesome.
Oh my god. So, first off, my name's Bonnie Hopkins. I'm a senior here at Loyola. Can't believe it, time flies by.
2014.
2014,
Oh,
yes.
man.
And this is me as a Peanuts character with my Toms on. That is me. But basically, my talk is going to be about how the campus club got started here, and also, more importantly, this past summer with the giving trip, Peru. It's going to be all about that. So yeah, in case you don't know me or aren't friends with me on Facebook, I'm a big fan of quotes that can put some pep in your step. So throughout my talk, I will have quotes kind of scattered to, I guess, emphasize more on certain points. And sorry about the cheat sheet, but here it goes. So, let me tell you about my involvement with the Tom's Campus Club and how Tom's essentially became my game changer. So, freshman year, many of y'all have been through freshman year, and you remember having to, I guess, go to these organization fairs, and you sign up for all these organizations and different clubs, but you have little knowledge of what they're really about, but you sign up for them anyways, and you want to get involved. Well, I was that girl who overcommitted and wanted to get involved on campus somehow, and I got involved with all these clubs, thinking like, well, if I get involved somehow, I'll figure out what I'm interested in, what I want to do. Well, it ends up like I talked to my friend Cardinal, who was starting to get involved with the organization Invisible Children, and she wanted to start the Tom's Campus Club at Loyola. And she actually knew I was interested in Tom's because we had talked about it many times before. And she's like, hey, I actually am going to start a club here for Invisible Children at Loyola, and I was wondering if you could actually take over the Tom's Campus Club here and be present. And I was like, hello, that'd be awesome, because since high school I've been passionate about Tom's, their mission, the one-for-one business model, and I thought, you know what, like, this could be it. This could be my deal. And so I was like, yeah, Cardinal, sure, I'll take over. So let's see. This brings my first quote to y'all. So, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. And this will also bring my first slide. So our club here at Loyola for Tom's started with only a few people. I can actually remember our first big One Day Without Shoes event that we did here. And Allie and I, my friend Allie and I, we snuck into the art building, and we, I'm sorry, art building, I don't mean to steal your supplies and paper, but we did. So, that is a confession right there. So, we were in the art building, making our own flyers. We actually painted the bottom of our feet and stamped them onto sheets of paper that we were going to put important information on for One Day Without Shoes, which basically, if you don't know about it, we raise awareness for the millions of children who walk barefoot every day and don't have the proper footwear. And so, I mean, we place these flyers everywhere. Bathroom stalls, of course. We gave them to the co-curricular office. We taped them everywhere around campus, and we ended up having a great turnout. And after that, it led to the Tom's Campus Club being a LUCAP project. And that brought in a bigger audience. Word spread that we had a club on campus with Tom's. And, well, it led to bigger and better things, essentially. So let me take you to this next slide, because once people heard that we had a club here at Loyola, we started to do more events to, I guess, share the Tom story and encourage others to make a difference for causes that they're passionate about. So we did a Style Your Soul party. We, of course, did One Day Without Shoes again, and we had a Start Something That Matters event. Basically, Blake McCoskey, the founder, he wrote Start Something That Matters to encourage others to start something that matters. And so we did something for that. And then also, Tom's invited our club to participate with them in the Railroad Revival Tour, which basically had bands like Edward Sharpe and Magnetic Zeros, Old Crow Medicine Show, Mumford and Sons, and they had a booth there to, I guess, share with the people who came to the concert about Tom's and everything. And so, with hard work and everything, you never know what will happen. But yeah, we did some big events. Hard work pays off. So let's fast forward to last spring. I took a screenshot. They don't know that I took a screenshot. But so it was a couple of months before One Day Without Shoes, and I had, of course, been talking to Carrie with the campus programs department at Tom's to keep her posted about what our club was doing and our plans and everything. Well, one day Carrie emails me, and she's like, "Hey, can we perhaps talk over a Skype session about One Day Without Shoes, and I guess get a little bit more details about what we're doing here at Loyola?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, okay." So it was a little weird because we usually just do email exchange. So I was like, "Oh, am I in trouble?" Like, I wasn't sure, like, if we did something wrong with, like, past event or something. But so I come into this thinking I'm just going to be on Skype with Carrie to talk about One Day Without Shoes. And it ends up, bam, there are a few other people with the campus programs department with her. And they asked me, would you like to participate in a giving trip to Peru to work with Corpordelli, which is one of the Tom's giving partners? And I was like, oh my God, like, what? What is this? And so that's when I took the screenshot. I snuck that in because after this whole conversation, I wanted to make sure that really happened. So I looked at that picture, and I needed proof because one of my older brothers, Jim, he, of course, he wouldn't believe this. But now that I have the shot, I can be like, hey, this really happened. And so this brings me to my next inspirational quote. So, if you are passionate about something, pursue it, no matter what anyone else thinks. that's how dreams are achieved. So this leads to going on the giving trip, which is what this talk is all about, essentially, my experience. And we gained such valuable insight while in Peru. We actually, for the participants that came on this trip, we had a pretty diverse group. Like, we had me, the campus club leader, and then we also had some Tom's employees. We had one Tom's employee from the UK office, and we also had the advisor of the Tom's Campus Club at James Madison University. And we also had a person who sold Tom's in her store, and she was asked to go on the giving trip too. So we had a pretty diverse group of employees, advisors, student leader, all the above. And basically, we had to step out of our comfort zones a little bit because we were in impoverished areas, and imagine, I guess, houses made out of everyday materials such as cardboard and plastic. We even visited a family who lived in a home that wasn't suitable for basic needs. But the family, however, they were great. Like, they're just grateful. And living with gratitude kind of became the theme of this trip. Because when you have gratitude, you kind of realize that everything is enough of what you have. And so the giving trips with Tom's, they used to be called shoe drops, because they would go to whatever place they chose, and they would deliver shoes, and that's why it was called a shoe drop. But giving trip, we really not only gave shoes, but we gave time to actually get to know the children and their families, and also the giving partners. So Corporate Deli was the giving partner. And it was started about 25 years ago by this awesome guy, Padre Miguel. He's a rock star. Absolutely amazing. And Corporate Deli provides services not only for the children, but also for the adults. And so Corporate Deli, they run many schools around Peru in areas where they need schools. And they also provide health services, job opportunities for parents and adults. And it was just absolutely amazing organization to work with. And so here you see our group with a few of the Corporate Deli volunteers who absolutely great people, so sweet. And some of the children here, this was, I think, our first stop at a public school. It wasn't a school run by Corporate Deli, so it was totally chaotic. Kids were everywhere, and we kind of struggled to get them all together to put the shoes on them and such. But it was such a blast. Not only to paint their faces or play games, but also to get to know them by putting the shoes on. And language really wasn't a barrier. We really didn't have a language barrier. Hugs and laughs and high fives, I guess, became the universal language right there. So here are a few more pictures, and here's kind of the area we were in. And also, here's how, I guess, children would sit up here, and we would have a piece of paper they would put their foot on to determine the size and everything for their feet. And then one group would be measuring the foot size, and then another group would be just handing the box of shoes to the person. And so we had a good little system. It worked out. And then we would ultimately switch, and maybe you'd be the person that would check the shoe size on the child, and then you could be the person that's trying to find the shoe size. So we had fun doing it, and also it was just great to take a break from that and learn some stuff from them. And so it was really amazing, and we had a blast. This is the final slide that I have, and I think that was our last school that we went to, because we went to several schools. But I can remember like tears rolling down my face. And I usually don't get that emotional, but the people there are just so humble and so sweet, and you learn a lot with this experience. But what I can tell you, by the way, this is my first time to actually kind of talk about it with people, so I really appreciate this. Oh, snap to that. Yes. Yes. But basically, oh, and another thing, Tom's continues to give. So this was not a one-time stop with Corporate Deli. They've actually been working with Corporate Deli for a few years. And so they'll probably be coming back soon to distribute shoes to Corporate Deli. And that's a great thing. And then also with the shoes, I should go into a little detail about that. The shoes were black canvas because that went with their uniform, and it wouldn't cause any, I guess, prejudice or anything. And so, yeah, they're continuously distributed. And I guess what I hope you have learned with this short but sweet talk is to be kind, work hard, stay humble, smile often, stay loyal, keep honest, travel when possible, seriously, travel when possible, never stop learning, be thankful always, and love. So thank you for letting me talk a little bit about this. And if you have any questions, just hit me up.
Thanks so much for talking. Speaking of questions, we're going to have a quick little Q&A.
Oh, okay.
I'll start off and ask, those of us who don't know exactly what Tom's mission statement is and what the mission statement is, how does this donation system work? Like, what is it that Tom's does that makes this possible?
Good question. So with Tom's, for every purchase you make, whether it's a pair of shoes or now eyewear, or even t-shirts, you help a person in need. So for the pair of shoes, you're also giving a pair of shoes to a child in need. And that's basically their whole system, one-for-one social entrepreneurship. And so, yeah, with your purchase, you're helping someone else. Yeah.
Just two questions, actually. One, really quick, is that acrylic?
Yeah.
Does it last in the rain?
It does, actually, yes. Yes. Nothing is really, except for, I guess, the bottom of these shoes, it's kind of cracked, but the paint stays on.
Alright, just myself there. Also, even though it was exhausting, you would still do it again?
I would definitely still do it again. Seriously.
How long were you guys there?
We were there not long enough. we were there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I wish it was longer, but.
Did y'all stay in hostels or in like where? How was the living conditions?
We stayed in hostels, and actually it was it was pretty cool because it was kind of cool to stay with Tom's employees and get the inside scoop and the gossip. No, not really. But yeah, we did that, and we also got to know like the people there and eat the food. The food is absolutely delicious. But yeah.
Do you still stay in contact with any of people from Peru? Any of the people you met?
Well, I stay in contact with the people who were in my group for the giving trip. And then we also receive updates about how Corporate Deli is doing. And I know that Padre Miguel recently contacted Tom's to let them know that a couple of the neighborhoods have really done well, made great strides. And so it's nice to get those updates and also pictures. So, yeah.
So at the very beginning you said like you didn't really know what you wanted to do and like you were excited to get involved in so many things. How does this trip really, like how did it change your mission statement and did it affect like what you want to do in the future?
Ooh, good question. Because right now, for post-grad life, that's like $1 million question. What am I gonna do? But, man. I guess though with all of this, I've been taught kind of to keep an open mind because you never know. But no matter what, to work hard. And does that answer your question, man? That is
It's a tough question. I guess I just wanted to know like how it really impacted you personally and if it changed the way you wanted to like conduct yourself later or just like you personally.
It makes me want to travel and help out abroad. In fact, I'm considering after college to go to Rwanda to maybe help out there. I know there's a program that I've been looking at possibly doing something with them. But makes me want to help out more abroad. So, yeah.
I love you.
Oh, thanks.
But also, I was looking at your shoes. I mean, like, this is kind of hard not to. And I just kind of wanted to see, like, what made you choose that, why paint your shoes like that? And just kind of try to think of how to word this as a question.
Well, I
You
think.
told me earlier.
Well, so these shoes are pretty colorful.
They're
with
obviously
the,
Toms.
Yeah, and they're Toms. And they have different patterns and everything. And I kind of have a colorful personality, kind of a little bit. But it was just one summer, one day, I had some plain color canvas Toms. And I thought, man, I have some acrylic paint. I have the time. Why not paint something on them? So I let my imagination roam. And I just went for it with the flowers and then with, I guess, I'm not really sure what I was going for, but I just went for it. Yeah.
One last question. If any of us want to be help out with what you're doing, how would any of us get involved with what you do? Is it the Tom's Club here?
Yes, contact me because I would love to host more events. And I mean, our next big event is One Day Without Shoes, and that isn't until April. But if you have an idea for something to share the Tom story or I guess inspire others to make a difference with causes they're passionate about, contact me and we can make something happen. Because like I said, anything is possible. You never know. So, yeah.
Freshmen in the back.
Yeah, you guys feel
Thank
free
you all
to
so much
take.
for coming out.
anything y'all see. Oh, and let's get Bonnie a shirt to represent our RHA.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. What size, my dear?
Do you have large?
Absolutely not, Bonnie. No.
Thank y'all so much for coming out. I was really
Thank you for coming out.